Hey YouTube, welcome back. This is Detroit coming to you from the bunker here in Rochelle Park, New Jersey, with another episode of the YouTube Wars. This is season number 5, and currently in this YouTube Wars series, it is round number 4. Okay, so what's going on? As you can see on the board, I have not been able to set up the board entirely. Reason being that this past Friday I had a great army and Robert Higgins, who is part of the WhatsApp chat where we go back and forth. We're here, Great Army and Robert Higgins. Okay, we're here this past Friday. Hence, I had to break down the game table, and now I had to partially build it up so that I could record this video, this episode of the YouTube Board, so you guys can watch and, of course, enjoy. So I'm very limited as far as what I can actually show you, what the ground conditions currently are. In the game. As you can see, the British have not been set up, the Chinese have not been set up, and neither have the Anzacs or the Americans. However, I have gone ahead and set up the Japanese, the Russians, and the Germans, and partly the Italians. Okay, so much for that, right? So I apologize, but it is what it is. I am very limited with time recently, so I make do with what I have. Okay, so it is Russia's turn. Germany has been pushing the Soviets back. The Germans did sustain a black eye early round 3 when the Russians were able to uh, defeat the German northern flank, taking Karelia. In that battle, the Russians did have an armor and 2 artillery that survived. Of course, the German high command was not happy with that. VK Cowboy did retaliate. He had no choice because if he didn't retaliate, this part of the game map of Northern Europe, Scandinavia, would have been open for the Russians to take. So Cowboy, in his desperation, sent 2 tactical bombers in order to take care of the remaining armor and 2 artillery. And of course, he was able to take him out. Unfortunately, though, the Russians did return fire and were able to shoot down both of the attacking tactical bombers. And of course, that did not make Cowboy too happy. And of course, it did make me very happy. Anyway, so let's go ahead with Russia's turn here. Russia has a total of 39 IPCs, of which it'll be spending 30 on 10 infantry. It'll be spending 2 IPCs so that it can move its industrial complex currently in Archangel, and a total of 7 IPCs for its industrial weapons tech development. And if you guys have been watching Cowboy's channel, you guys can see that he already rolled for Russia's weapons tech, and the Russians were just able, just barely, to get at least 1 die scoring a positive hit out of 7. And that was a 5, which means then that the Russians have their technological weapons development. And of course, I'll be revealing that tech. Actually, you know what? I was going to say that I was going to reveal it, but I don't believe. Actually, I do need to reveal that tech, and I'm going to do that today. Okay, and that weapons tech is advanced artillery. Okay, which means that the attacking artillery can support 2 ground infantry units that now attack at a 2. So that's each artillery can support at least 2 ground infantry divisions and can also move 2 movements at a time. Okay, so that's an interesting technology for the Russians to have. All right, so let's go ahead with the battles. Russia will be declaring a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battles, and it'll be the battles for Belarus, the battle for Ukraine, Persia, Manchuria, and Korea. All right, so those are the 5 battles that the Russians will be declaring. I was actually contemplating attacking the stack of 9 infantry, 1 armor, and 1 AAA that the Germans have in Western Ukraine. But I chose not to do so because I think it will be too expensive for the Russians to actually take that stack. So I'll be holding off on being aggressive here. So but hey, there's always that chance that maybe the move to make. But right now, I rather play it conservatively. Anyway, so let's go ahead with the battles. The first battle will be the battle for Belarus. In this battle, we will have 2 infantry divisions coming from Archangel. That's 1, 2, along with 1 artillery coming from Archangel as well. From Smolensk, you have 2 infantry supporting that attack, along with an additional artillery. All right, that attack will be supported by 1 fighter coming from Archangel at a movement of 1. This fighter will have 3 movements left in its fuel gauge. Another fighter coming from Smolensk will join that attack, and that fighter will also have 3 movements left in its fuel gauge. So that's a total of 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and 2 fighters. Okay, the second attack will be in the south. That'll be a total of 4 infantry coming from Bryansk. 4 infantry, 2 tactical bombers coming from Smolensk at a movement of 2. All right, along with another fighter coming from Smolensk at a movement of 2. All these aircraft will have 2 movements left in their fuel gauges. Now I'm going to consider whether I should send an advanced artillery in that attack. Let me see. You know what? Why not? Let's do that. Let's send 1 artillery at a movement of 1 and 2 coming from Moscow. Yeah, 1 from Moscow can move 1 and 2 to join in that attack. There we go. All right, so that's that. The third attack is going to be the Russians coming in from northern Persia into Persia, and that'll be 2 infantry and 1 artillery. So this 1 artillery supports the 2 infantry, and they will be attacking 3 at 2, and the defenders will be defending with 2 at 2. All right. Let's go over to the Pacific. So in the Far East and the Pacific, you have a total of 17 infantry and 1 artillery. What I'm going to be doing is that the Russians will be moving in 1 infantry into Manchuria, okay, and the rest, the remaining, I believe, 16 infantry and 1 artillery will be moving into Korea. Okay, that's where we're at right now. So they'll be attacking the defending Japanese. That's a total of 8 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 AAA that'll be defending in Korea. All right, so let's go ahead then straight into combat movements. I'm sorry, not combat movements, but let's go ahead into the resolved combat stage, and let's start first with the battle for Belarus. Okay, so here we are, battle for Belarus. Let me get the die together. There's my die cup. That's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 2 for the attacking Russians. 6 at 2. Let me get 2 more die. That's 6 at 2. I have 2 fighters attacking at 3. All right. The defending Germans defend at 3 at 2. Right? That's 3 at 2. The Russians attack with 6 at 2 and 2 at 3. The Germans defend with 3 at 2. Okay, here we go. Let's roll. Okay, total of 4 hits. That's more than enough to take care of the defending Germans. Now the Germans do get to fire back, and they return fire. That'll be 3 at 2. Here we go. They all missed. Fantastic. I'll take it. So all 3 of the defending Germans, all 3 of them will be removed from the board. That's 3. No return fire. The second battle will be the battle for the Ukraine, where in this instance, we have 2 tactical bombers. Each of the tactical bombers will be will be firing or engaging an artillery. All right, so here we go. So it's going to be 2 at 3, target selecting. Then I have a fighter attacking at a 3. Then I have, or the Russians have, total of 4 infantry and 1 artillery. So that's going to be 3 at 1 and 2 at 2. 2 at 2 and 3 at 1. This is what the Russians are attacking with. The Germans defend with 4 at 2. Right? So let me just double check. It's 1, 2, that's 4 infantry. Yes, that's 2 at 2 and 3 at 1. So here we go. Let's first engage, or have the tactical bombers engage, take on attack. What is it? Engage their target select options. That's what they're going to be doing. So there we go. All right, so here we go. 2 tactical bombers engage. 1 is a hit. So that means then that one of the artilleries will not return fire. Automatically gets taken out from the battle scene. And the remaining 3 at 1, 2 at 2, and 1 at 3 get to engage for the Russians. Okay, 2 hits. 2 hits. All right, so that means that we'll be removing 1 mechanized infantry and an infantry. 1 artillery is still alive. All right, so then the Germans get to defend with 3 at 2. 3 at 2, here we go. Come on, that's all miss. They all missed. Oh, fantastic. I'll definitely take it. All right, so let's remove these 2. So far, the Russians have not sustained any casualties. And we will continue with the attack. Okay, again, same thing. This time it'll be 2 at 3. The attacking Russian tactical bombers no longer have a target select option. So it'll be 3 at 3. And you have a fighter, 2 tactical bombers, 2 at 2, and 3 at 1 attacking. Here we go. All right, let's see. 2 hits. That's all we needed. More than enough. The remaining German artillery now gets to return fire. And that's 1 at 2. Here we go. It missed. Fantastic. Wow. So far, so good for the Russians. We'll remove the remaining artillery. These fellows move in here. And now they are occupying or liberating the Ukraine. Good. Third battle. Battle for Persia. All right, in this instance, we have 3 at 2 attacking and defending 2 at 2. All right, so here we go first for the attacking Russians. Let's do it, babies. 1 hit. All right. The Persians defend. Oh, snake eyes. Rough. Okay, so that's... What do? I got to remove 2 infantry and 1 Persian. Should I continue with that attack? Should I, or shouldn't I? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call off that attack. Attack has been called off. Yeah. You know what? Let's be aggressive. Let's be a tad bit aggressive there. Let's continue with that attack. I'm feeling lucky. There we go. Come on. Oh, missed. So much for feeling lucky. The Persians defend. Oh, oh boy. Okay, it is what it is. Look, I removed the attacking Russian artillery. So wow, what a black eye. The Persians defended effectively. Ah, that hurts. So much for feeling lucky there. All right, so let's go over to the Pacific and resolve combat for the attacking Russians. You'll have one Russian infantry division moving into Manchuria. Manchuria now is in Russian hands. Well, let's leave that like that for now. Let's go ahead then with the actual battles. You have a total of 15 at 1 and 2 at 2 attacking the Japanese that are defending with a total of 9 at 2. So these are 9 die defending at 2. There you go. All right, so let's bring, where's my battle board? Okay, here it is. Let's do this. Beautiful. And let's roll. Okay, let's not forget that the Japanese do have a AAA defending in Korea, so that's one unit that they can use as cannon fodder. Let's go ahead, guys. Here we go. Gonna go on two waves of attacks. First wave goes as follows. Let's roll. Okay, one hit, actually 2 hits. That's 2. 2 hits. Let's remove these. Let's put them up here so we don't get confused. So far, 2 hits. Let's go with the second wave. It's going to be 7 infantry and 2 at 2. 7 at 1, 2 at 2. Come on, guys. Can you believe that? They all missed. Only 2 hits. Wow. 2 hits. I think I should have done better. I think I should have. So total hits were only 2. All right. The Japanese now get to defend at 9 at 2. Here we go. Okay, Japanese were able to strike 4. Return fire with 4. That's 4 hits. Nasty. That was nasty, guys. 4 hits. I don't like that. All right, so then 2 hits. I'll be removing 1 AAA and 1 infantry from the Japanese stack, and I'll be removing 4 Russians from the Russian attack, actually. So let me put them right here. It's 4 casualties, and we shall continue with the attack. All right. There we go. No, I'm sorry, that's going to be then, hold on for a second. I got to remove a total of 4 die. I'm going to remove 4 from 1. I'm going to remove 1 from the Japanese stack of dice. So here we go. Wow. Not a single hit. Not a single. It's depressing. All right. So here we go. All right. Wow. Not a single hit. Not good. Not good. All right. Here go the Japanese. And they return fire. And they get in the... Oh, 1 fell out of the board. There we go. Let me see. That's 8. Yeah. Wow, 4 out of 8 hits. 4 out of 8. That's not good. All right, so then I got to remove 4 from the Japanese and 4 from the Russians and none from the Japanese. That is crazy. Let me see something. I think I'm going to be forced to call off the attack. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry and 1 artillery. Yeah, I'm going to be forced to call that attack off because it just will be suicidal at this point in time. I rolled horribly, and the Japanese, under the command of Moffifield, rolled extremely well. I just got diced over here huge. Only 1 casualty inflicted on the Japanese. Amazing. That is such a weird thing. All right, guys. So let's not cry over spilled milk anymore, and let's go ahead then and go ahead with the non-combat movements. So 1 infantry from Tunguska will be moving into Kangsu. Another one from Singhi up into Kangsu. So they'll be linking up with the Chinese forces that are already there, and I believe there's 4 or 5 infantry divisions occupying that particular territory. Painful battle. in the Far East. I can't believe it went that badly for the attacking Russians. I think I should have done slightly better than just a mere one casualty inflicted on the Japanese. But hey, that's what happens when you play these games sometimes. All right, so um, let's move 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. That's 6 infantry from Smolensk down into Bryansk. Gonna do that. So from Smolensk, into Bryansk, we're moving 6 infantry. Right. An additional, what is it? 5 artillery. 8 artillery from Smolensk will be moving south into Bryansk as well. That's 8 artillery. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artillery. All right. Let's move 1 infantry from Archangel into Volgograd, into Vologda, excuse me. All right. Another infantry from Archangel into Vologda, and I'm sorry, into Nenetsia or Nenetsia. Okay. No. 1 infantry moving will remain in Archangel. We'll take 1 infantry from Russia or Moscow. It's going to be railed into Nenetsia. There we go. All right, that's how it goes. We have 1 artillery from Archangel will be railed south into Bryansk. All right. Let me see. I'm going to take the 2 Russian infantry divisions in Stalingrad and Volgograd will be moving north into Bryansk as well. There you go. All right. Let me see. Let me consider here. I got to land these aircraft now. I'll be landing the 2 tacticals and 1 fighter that attacked the Ukraine. They'll be landing in Bryansk as well. I will also be placing... Actually, you know what? All my aircraft will be landing... No, they'll be landing in Bryansk. Yes, that's what I want to do. The 2 fighters that attacked Belarus will be landing in Bryansk as well. There you go. Okay. The 1 AAA that is currently in Archangel will move into Smolensk. The 1 AAA in Smolensk will be moving into Bryansk. Right. Okay, what else? What else? The minor industrial complex in Archangel will move south into Smolensk. That's that. Okay, these guys stay here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place my newly purchased units. I have a total of 10 infantry. All 10 will be placed in Moscow. This one moves into Bryansk as well, this infantry, by the way. Just forgetting that I have 1 there left. So 10 infantry will go into Russia, to Moscow. It's a total of 10 infantry. Alrighty. I think that pretty much does it for my non-coms. All right, so let's go ahead then and see let's see what the income tracker reads. Germany, Russia will actually go up by 1, 3, Okay, yeah, 3, only 3. So Russia goes up by 3. That's 28, 29, 30. Germany goes down by 3, 2 from, I believe Russia's down up to 51. So Russia goes down to 48. So Moscow, Russia is currently to 30. Okay, let's see what the national objective cards read. All right, so if Soviet Union controls at least 3 of the following territories: Leningrad, Stalingrad, Baltic states, and Eastern Poland. I don't have that one yet. Haven't had it, period. Okay, for 3 IPCs for each territory that the Soviet Union controls that was originally German, Italian, or pro-Axis. So I do have one, and that is Northwest Persia. So that's 2 IPCs that Russia does have. Soviet Union controls Siberia, Urals, and Ukraine. That's 3. Okay, and it's 3. This is actually a 2. It's been changed from 3 to 2. And if the Soviet Union liberates Manchuria, so this is actually also been changed. It's now a 5 IPC value. So that's 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So the Soviet Union will actually be carrying over a total of 40 IPCs for the next round. That's 40 IPCs. However, I do have the land lease, and we're going to have to roll for that now. And let's get a die. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we get lucky. Come on, let's do this. I get a 3, or Russia gets a 3. Let's see what 3 is. Okay, tank. Place in Archangel or collect 3 IPCs for Pacific aid. All right, so I believe then that Russia will get a tank. All right, there is a German submarine in Season 125, but the rule reads, Season 126, if Season 126 is hostile, no supplies can be awarded on the Europe side of the map. So I don't know if that was a mistake on VK's part, but he has a sub in 125 when in actuality it should be Season 126. All right, so I do get 1 armor, and that armor will go in Archangel. Okay, so I'm going to be placing that armor in Archangel, and that's that. All right, so then that's it. Now let's go ahead then and perform the disposition of forces recap portion of the video. Let's go ahead and do that right now. The Russians, not the Germans. The Russians have a total of 10 infantry, 3 artillery. 10 infantry, 3 artillery. In Bryansk, you have 12 infantry, 1 mechanized infantry, 1 armor, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 artillery, 3 fighters, 2 tactical bombers. In the Ukraine, you have 4 infantry, 1 artillery. Belarus, 4 infantry, 2 artillery. Smolensk, 1 AAA. Archangel, 1 infantry, 1 armor. Vologda, 1 infantry. Nenetsia, 1 infantry. In the Far East, you have 2 AAAs in the Amur, along with 8 infantry and 1 artillery. In Manchuria, you have 1 infantry. And Kiangsu, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, along with the Chinese infantry divisions that are there, but that I have failed or that I have not yet placed in Kiangsu. All right, there's also 1 Soviet submarine in Season 113. All right, guys, that pretty much does it for this Russian turn. It's been a mixed bag for the Russians. We were plastered in northern Persia and in Manchuria. However, we did have a successful battles in Belarus and the Ukraine. And mixed bag of positive and good or negative results for the Russians. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit stressing for me. I've been so busy recently that I just finding it difficult to keep up with the fast pace of of the game, but I'm doing my best, and I apologize for the uh, I don't know, the minor errors that I make when filming. But it's just that I just am having difficulty uh, recording these videos because of the lack of time. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you bunker down and play. Till next time.